everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking about anxiety and how to overcome it. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mina, and on my channel I talk about things related to personal development and growth, and I am a certified life coach. So if those are topics of interest to you, please subscribe. Anxiety. So let's go ahead and get started. Most of us will experience anxiety at some point or another in our lives. Many of us are anxious to know, we're anxious of the unknown. We want to know exactly how our lives will play out. Some questions people may ask are, will I pass this exam? Who will I marry? Will I ever get married? Will I have kids? Will it be a boy or a girl? Will I get my dream job? All these questions, right? And here's the thing, none of us are handed this roadmap when we're born. Like here, this is how you live your life. These are the turns you take. You go this way if you want to succeed. You choose this person if you want to get married. You do this, you do that. Nobody's given a guide on how to live life. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and where you choose to turn from here is up to you. This is the blessing of free will. You get to choose which way you want to go. You get to create your life as you move through. There's no right way to do your life. Another thing to keep in mind is just to take things one step at a time. A lot of us just want to jump to the part where we believe we'll be happy when we attain the thing that we think it is that we want, whether that's a certain job, a certain income, whether that's a family, whatever it is that you want. There's no way to just fast forward and jump there. You have to take the necessary steps in order to get there. Imagine being at the bottom of a staircase, and our common sense, we know in order to get to the top that you have to go up each step. It's also like that in life. Your goal is the top and you're at the bottom of the staircase. So each time you do something to work towards that goal, you're getting closer and closer. Now, some of us, when we're working on something, we tend to stop. So that's just you staying stuck in the middle of the staircase. And some of us go backwards, we go back down. And no matter what you do, you always have the choice to go back up again. You always have this choice to make tiny steps towards your goal again. And the more momentum you build, the more you keep going, eventually you will get to the top and you will succeed. It just takes time. And everybody's staircase looks different. We're all born with different circumstances and so forth. Some of us might have one flight of stairs, some of us might have 5. The point is, you just gotta keep going. Sometimes our anxieties don't necessarily come from our personal goals, they come from outside factors. The news is a big one for a lot of people. They see what's going on in the world and they just feel very anxious and frightened by what's happening. And there's a quote, I believe it's in the Bible, I'll put it up, and it basically says there's nothing new under the sun. And what that means is there's nothing that is happening right now that hasn't happened in some shape or form in the past. History always repeats itself. Everything that's going on has existed in some shape or form in the past. When we had the pandemic during COVID, a lot of people viewed that as the worst thing in the world, and it was horrible. People were dying. It was a horrible time. But we have had pandemics before. There have been pandemics that were worse and have killed more people. Same thing with wars. Wars are something that happen all throughout history. Some wars are worse than others. All wars are bad. When people are losing their lives, it's a horrible thing. But again, it's nothing that hasn't occurred before. A lot of times people get very anxious about what the president is doing, and it worries them. Again, at some point in history, we've always had presidents that have made stupid decisions or decisions that a majority of people don't agree with. At some point in time, you can find someone in the world, no matter who's president, that's pissed off about a policy that was made, a change that was made, a new law that was enacted. That has occurred for each and every president. Even the ones that you personally like, somebody else didn't like them. And then when somebody else is president, you don't like that president, but that person is happy. The scale always teeters back and forth. Policies get changed, people get laid off, taxes rise, taxes fall. All these things always happen throughout history. If we look at the trends and how presidency in America works, you realize that things tend to sway back and forth from Democrat to Republican. We'll have a Democratic president for a couple years, and then next thing you know, have a Republican for a few years, and they'll go back to Democrat, and it just keeps swaying back and forth. And I think what happens is we have a president that's a Democrat or a Republican, and people realize, oh wait, this isn't working, we want something new. Then they go to Republican, it's like, oh, this isn't working, we want something new. Then we go back to Democrat. And that's generally how it tends to go. So there's this constant back and forth. Everything in life occurs for a season. And the thing about seasons is that they always change. And while the seasons and external factors change, there are things about you and me that do not. We still have to work and provide for ourselves no matter what the season is. We still have free will, and we still have the most powerful gift, which is our imagination. You have the ability to visualize and create. You are not a prisoner. You are capable of adapting, thriving, and creating your own path, even when our world feels chaotic. Remember that whatever direction you choose to take is your personal choice, and you can't make a wrong decision. Everything's gonna be okay no matter what choice you take. It's a part of your journey, it's a part of growth. None of us know how to do life. We just do it. It's called acting on faith. And remember, no matter what's going on externally, it's nothing that hasn't occurred before, and you don't have to let it personally impact you. In fact, the things that are bothering you, you can choose not to view these things. You can choose to focus on things that you do have control over in your life. So with that being said, I hope this video helped maybe a little bit. And I wish you all the best of luck on overcoming anxiety. It's completely normal to feel anxious at certain points in time, but just don't let it consume your life. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.